Games is a place where trends are followed and stuff gets dropped pretty often. Sometimes it's good that they get rid of something annoying, like, I don't know, like crypto stuff in games. Not many people are doing that anymore, but there are also things that they drop that we miss. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on Game Ranks, 10 things AAA games need to bring back. Starting off with number 10, bring...
Hey D-Rose, I'm gonna watch this later.
VV0 Gang 7 cheered Dex 100. That was me, wasn't it beautiful?
Yep. You a sick motherfucker, bro. Hey, question. What's something that y'all miss in video games that y'all would love to have back before we get into the video? One thing for me, I know that I feel like the core foundation of us in this community, we are sports game fans. I would love if they add more that you get for playing the game in sports games throughout. Like, I remember back in the day on sports games, PS2 era, if you played the game long enough, you would unlock super classic retros in the games. Like, you'll unlock an Atlanta Hawks retro just for playing the game, putting 2 hours in. Oh my God, cheat codes. I said demos. Please bring demos back, bro. Yo, what happened, man? Yeah, 1000% cheat codes. I wouldn't benefit from cheat codes because they won't let me play them. They won't let me use y'all some hard. But cheat codes would be cool. Preludes, what do you mean by that? What do you mean the preludes though? Like, I know 2K had the prelude. I was good on that. Customization, okay. We still got demos? Nah, not really, bro. A lot of games don't even come out with demos at all, bro. At all. Like, they would want to try to get your $1, so they'll give you like a 20-minute demo of the story or something. Like, offline features, yes, bro. Oh my goodness. Let's keep going.
Bring back taking risks with established franchises. Nowadays, it really feels like AAA publishers are playing it way too safe with their established franchises. Instead of ever trying to do anything new and innovative, they take the path of least resistance to do the boring, expected thing rather than something surprising. And when I say the boring, expected thing, I don't mean making another game, like just throwing some new levels together. That's not playing it safe, actually, nowadays. Sometimes that can be really good. Playing it safe usually isn't.
Like,
I mean, playing it safe like, oh, we'll make a game that's hopping onto this trend. Let us do what the other games publishers are doing. Now, that's not to say we're not getting the prequels and reboots that are meant to be like the old games or straight-up remakes. Those are safe, too. They are proven to be successful, and they'll very likely make at least a little bit of money. You just don't see that many sequels.
I don't mind the remakes coming out, but all of these remakes coming out, kind of, in my opinion, shows me that video games are in a super ass state because we're constantly trying to dig back for nostalgia and we're not being pleased with the current state of with the current games that we got coming out. Hey ZJ, thank you so much for the raid, bro. I appreciate you. So they got to keep going back for all these damn classics and shit. They're like, bro, let's continue to push gaming forward to where we have classics now, so that we're developing and coming out with classics now
that are really challenging anymore. Like Metal Gear Solid 2, for instance. Like, Sons of Liberty is such a left field. We're going to bait you into thinking this is a normal sequel, and then you're literally not Solid Snake. In fact, we're going to play at the guy who is obviously Solid Snake not being Solid Snake and kind of pretending that he's possibly dead, but he's not. Iroquois Pliskin, he's obviously Solid Snake. Come on, man.
My name is Pliskin. Iroquois Pliskin, Lieutenant Junior Grade.
Or like,
I'm gonna tell you the truth. Something like that coming out today, one of the reasons why video games suck right now is because people complain too much. Period. Simple and plain, bro. Like, people don't want to, a lot of developers don't want to take risks because these motherfuckers, where they complain about anything changing in games for real, bro. Like, anything major, any shakeups, bro. You got a Spider-Man game where you got a couple levels as Mary Jane. They act like, oh, been Mary Jane the whole game, like just, and complain about everything in games. So developers just play it safe and give you what you know you're not gonna about.
You know, something totally out of left field like Far Cry 2. There's a reason for that, of course. Both of those games were, and in some circles still are, pretty divisive. But I'm going to argue that Metal Gear Solid 2, aside from Metal Gear Solid 1, is the one I go back to the most. That may not be normal, I don't know. And Far Cry 2, I definitely go back to more than Far Cry 1. Hell, more than most of the games that follow it. It's a better game. It's not easy on the eyes compared to how one is today, but it's better. But there's good ways and bad ways to do this sort of thing. Like, as much as Banjo Nuts and Bolts disappoints fans of that series, it's actually a pretty decent game. It's not the sequel a lot of people wanted it to be, but also they, I think, should have maybe tried to establish better expectations. I think it's a large element of negative reaction to a risk. Not only does sometimes they not set expectations for something different.
Yo, one of my problems in gaming, and I know it's not going to change, so I'll just make a quick point. Nostalgia is ruining gaming so bad because to the point, yo, this is legit nostalgia drunk, bro. I'm so tired of this, bro. You're not going to get the same feeling that you had when you played these games growing up. You was a kid without responsibilities. You didn't have a bro, the way that you decided if something was good and bad, it wasn't. How can I put this in a good way? Because I'm struggling to find what I'm saying. All the ass good to you, basically. I'm sorry to say that. It was garbage sitting games, you liked it because you didn't know no better. Now that you've grown up and you realize, yo, my character shouldn't be moving this wonky, yo, you realize how ass something is, but you still want this old back thinking that, yo, I'm going to get the same feeling back. No, let that go. Yo, it's so bad in the 2K space. It's so bad in the sports game space, in the story game space. They want these old games back, bro. You was a kid and ain't know nothing.
Or say like it's a side game.
Now, some of this back then was better though. Like the way that they was willing to take risks, like he's saying, the way they was creative. But just to I want that back. But want the whole product back? I want a whole game back, and they keep saying it. Bro, give it back, give it back, give it back. Stop.
Or if it is a sequel, just, letting people know that it requires an open mind a little bit more than the last one or in a different way. I think one of the big problems is some of these developers actually get hostile at the idea that people won't like these changes and they start fights with the fans. Sometimes publishers do that with the developers not even saying a word. That particularly sucks. And there is real danger in taking risks with an established IP, especially with large.
Patches in games. I'm gonna keep bringing up sports because that's the main category that I be playing, but I do play other games. Patches in sports games. Oh my god, low key ruining gaming. If you're fixing glitches, I'm with it. Let's talk about it. Let's do it. Come on now. But stop pausing. You must be new here. Relax, vibe. You're gonna enjoy the reaction. All right, please vibe. These sports games, they complain about everything, bro. If you're running too fast, please patch it. As soon as they patch it, damn, we run too slow now. If you don't make all your threes, bro, please fix the shooting. This is too hard. They fix the shooting. Damn, now all the bums can shoot now. Damn, up. Passing lanes in 2K. Bro, I can't pass the ball between the court. This is bad. All of a sudden, they fix the patching lanes like they just did in this damn game. Oh, man, now nobody can play the lanes. Yo, put the game out and let these ass learn to adapt.
Vocal groups of players using weaponized discontent to possibly damage a game's sales. We are not in the same world anymore. Like, you used to be able to make a game, usually when people wanted a game, and it would sell. Now you make the game, you have to market demand for that game into existence. I mean, you still used to have to do that, but it wasn't because of market saturation. It was more because you were making a new type of game that took risks. But the thing is, the fans can also market discontent into existence too. Companies are definitely balancing a lot of plates when they put out a new game, especially one that would take any risks. So a lot of them just consider potential backlash and say, best way to mitigate this is to just go as predictable as we can, follow a trend, not try anything new, blah, blah, blah. Which sucks because that's just a way to produce an endless feedback loop where companies keep finding more excuses to make boring sequels and probably my least favorite version of this, chasing the games as a service model. That's maybe not considered as safe as it was a year or two ago. They all That was the safe
Annoying,
bet.
bro.
You were wrong about that. Anyway, the industry's getting hurt as a whole here. We're starting to reach a point where AAA gameplay barely feels like it's meant for new audiences because all these publishers are just trying to court old fans, or if they are trying to court new fans, it's not really they think their series is good, but rather because they think a new business model is good. But the thing is, there's one Fortnite. There's not 100 Fortnites. There's not exactly a lot of room at that table for other people. AA games are usually where you see the most innovation in any era, but AAA games really did used to have some of the more interesting and innovative games.
I fucking hate every fucking game thinking that they need to make every gaming company thinking that they need to make a live service game that's gonna last for 10 years and they just add content in it once every year or something like that. Yo, get that bullshit out of gaming, my nigga. Please, bro. Just drop a great game, make a sequel to it, keep it going. Or drop a great game and then make another new IP. You niggas, these motherfuckers is putting out broken games and then being like, yo, well, guess what? It's a live service game. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna continue to fix the game and the community. We're gonna grow with the gaming community. Fuck you, nigga. We don't want that shit.
And we don't really see that anymore. They're usually very easy to digest, very safe, and, very bland. I mean, that's generally speaking. Obviously, not every single AAA game is lacking in innovation or interesting new ideas. Like, the 2 new God of War games were probably a pretty big risk, and it worked out pretty well, I think. Obviously, the first was...
I love the 2 new
J Black 1996 _ cheered X100. It's not what you think, I promise, bro, trust me.
I don't know.
Bama Boy 517 just subscribed.
I don't got a problem with it, but I feel like they're not like good reactions for me. Yo, Bama Boy, thank you for the sub. I fuck with this
Verified
weirdo. I watch
007
PUBG
just
streams.
resubscribed for 8 months.
I think I
Stop
was
it.
playing PUBG. Yo, Verified, thank you. Yo, Ant, what's the word, gang?
Eastxant just resubscribed for 21 months. Yes, sir, back from deployment.
Hey man, glad you made it back, gang. I hope you enjoying your I hope you enjoying wrestling.
Chipperson cheered X100. Nah, that 2K shooting one really bugged me. Yes, you still got those that are rhythm shooting, but bruh. Yeah. There is no use in playing on high risk anymore because the amount of slightly early and slightly lates that go in is ridiculous.
Niggas complained about it. That's how it is now.
The bigger risk over the second. Changing the gameplay of the entire series to something different. That's a big risk. And it worked out. And those games are great. But in general, the industry seems to be pretty scared of doing anything new and unique.
I was nervous about this change too, as a fan.
Established franchises.
Bro, this change was nice, bro. Damn.
At number 9 is just bringing back creativity with new IPs.
Absolutely.
Like, look at Sony's output from PlayStation 1 compared to the PlayStation 5. It's night and day. They were publishing so many unique oddball games, just stuff that maybe had limited financial value at the time. Some of them were bad games, too, but they were interesting. They were attempts at something. Sony had a far-reaching and varied catalog of games to draw from back then, but now they kind of just have a few tentpole billion-dollar series, and that's about it. Compare Sony's 2024 release catalog to how it looked in
Look at this shit. Now, a part of this is because of how expensive games have become, period. Like, the budget on these games are nowhere near the budget that's on these other games, right? So, but at the same time, bro, even beyond that, though, their creativity is just cooked. Bro, niggas don't be taking risks, bro. It just keep... I'm gonna keep saying the risk word, man.
The way niggas bitched and moaned about the Mary Jane / Angrua mission so much in God of War and Spider-Man. Yeah. It got to the point where I didn't even enjoy it no more. To be real, it made the games more in-depth and more immersive, and I enjoyed it, but damn.
Yeah. But back then on PS2s, those
Ron 314 cheered X100. 2K niggas are the worst at all they do is complain and mess it up for everyone else.
Yeah, them niggas be bitching too much.
1996. They published 8 games for PlayStation 5 in 2024. In 96, they published or co-published over 40 games. That's not even their most active year either, and their output's still way higher than what they're doing now. Instead of doing more, all these big game makers are doing less. They're putting their eggs in one basket because they're the games that make them the most money. The rare times we do see them do something different, it's, again, because they're trying to chase a trend. I mentioned this in the first one, but, I mean, it's as applicable here. With Concord, that was a new IP. Yeah, I mean, you could say that contradicts what I'm saying here, but it was also essentially just another hero shooter that Sony scooped up because they wanted to get in on the games as a service bandwagon.
Trash, my nigga. What game is that?
That seemed like such a safe investment not long ago. It's hard to get excited about that, you know? And it's not just that they're focusing on popular long-running series. It's also becoming more and more common for AAA games to be based on popular IPs like Star Wars or Marvel. And I'm not even saying these are bad games. It's just that it's hard to get excited about that because, I mean, we've been there. We've done that. Sony used to do weird and...
I understand what you're saying, but damn, that Spider-Man game is so amazing. Anytime I see another one from Sony, I'm excited. I get you.
Wonderful stuff from Japan Studio or Media Molecule.
Yo, this Ape Escape, bro, when we talked about games the other day, I wanted to bring this up.
We've done that. Sony used to do weird and wonderful stuff from...
This game, I don't know what the fuck this game was about. This shit was fire, nigga. I used to play, I think I had a demo on this. Oh my God, bro. I never owned the game. The demo was fucking fun, dog.
Japan Studio or Media Molecule. Like, remember Journey? I love Journey. That's such a cool game. And I don't know, nothing like that anymore. Not from, you know, the big publishers anyway. And hell,
yo, that's why shit like Journey is why, y'all niggas, I'm telling y'all, please start to play indie games, bro, because nigga, when I played Little Nightmares, I was like, yo, it ain't nothing like this in gaming right now. It ain't nothing like this. That shit was nuts, bro. I'm like, nah, the creativity in these.
As for the live service, we can blame Epic all we want, but all they did was find a method and it worked for them. Niggas then dickroad it to the point where it took over. Is it too much? But let's not fully blame Fortnite. All they did was found their lane.
Bro, Beard, I understand what you continuing to say. And yes, Epic, they did a great job of finding a successful product, a life-changing product, a company-changing product. But we're also not wrong for blaming them for ruining gaming. Yes, it worked for them, but it also ruined gaming in a lot of ways because you got these people that's doing shit that they're trying to, every company trying to find another game where kids want to have a bunch of skins in that you'll buy. Every company is trying to find a game where I don't even got to develop it or even officially release it because I know it's going to make me and print me money. So yes, two things are true. Epic cooked, and they also cook gaming as well, bro. They also cook the fuck out of gaming because everybody wants to try to do what them bitch-ass niggas is doing, bro. Now, shout out to Epic but one thing I can say, though, at least with Fortnite, they try to do grand things with their game, and they go above and beyond because it's making them money. So when Fortnite puts on events, it be fire. It's low-key moments. Even if you don't play it, that Travis Scott shit was amazing. Like a lot of their collabs are amazing, but other people are trying to recreate what they're doing and not putting as much effort into it. Shit bad.
Look at Xbox. It's basically a spiritual successor to Dreamcast, which was like Innovation Central. But, I mean, that changed, obviously. Don't see all those odd and interesting games coming out from them anymore. The closest thing was Hi-Fi Rush, and, well, it was a success. So, naturally, they gave them the boot. I don't care about the financials of these companies. I don't care it's more or less profitable to do one thing or the other. I like video games, and I want more interesting games, and it's disappointing how few of them we get from major publishers anymore. And at number 8, something that's maybe a more realistic expectation, but still something they have left by the wayside for one reason or another. So let's talk about how disappointing the state of day one release games are a lot of the time. Like for more casual players who are just coming into gaming and think, oh, I'm going to try this out. A lot of people are doing this. My friends, they like games. I'd like to do something with my friends, etc., etc. They buy a game on release day, and it's Cyberpunk on release day. It's a big old mess. Or like maybe the server situation's terrible and they throw up their hands and walk away from gaming forever. Now that sucks because obviously the whole point is to bring more.
These games not working day one be so fucking ass, bro. I mean, hey, I'm gonna play alerts after this when we get to number 7.
More people in. That's what, companies want, or at least allegedly want. I don't know. For the rest of us, though, we're trapped. We love games. We're constantly frustrated by the state they release in. It's a constant problem in this industry across the board, from the smallest indies to the biggest AAAs.
It took me 3
I would
years
say
to finally
you'll see it with the biggest AAA.
I bought Cyberpunk. I bought that game and I had to return it within an hour. It was so bad. I'm sorry, not even within an hour. I'm lying. Within like 20 minutes. So dead ass. Bro, the game, I created my character. And now making my character probably took me about 20, 30 minutes. I try to make it super ugly, motherfucker. The game literally wouldn't let me play it. It was glitching. I said, bro, I'm done with this shit. And I was over it. I just refunded it.
It's maybe a little more than the smallest
Get it
indies.
now? I might. Look at that shit. Now, the glitches be funny sometimes, but come on, bro.
Indies kind of know that their whole reputation is riding on things and often get a little grace because they're a little more apologetic about it. And plus, you understand their situation a little bit more when it's like 2 people making some really ambitious game compared to, 1,000. Release now, fix later. It's just too acceptable as a practice for developers nowadays, though. And gamers are just getting sick of it. It's a situation that is getting better in some ways, but worse in others. Like, the entire early access release model is built around fixing it later, but it's a different expectation. In some ways, I find that a lot more acceptable because it's a way of making games that has a lot of positives, but it also has negatives with it. A lot of the best games do start out as early access, but there is a limit to what people expect. But when these multi-billion-dollar companies start calling their games early access, and they're basically finished games that aren't finished games, because that's not how they finish games anymore, I don't like that. An exception to that rule I'm gonna give is Baldur's Gate 3. Larian is kind of a AAA developer, kind of an indie. I'm going to put them in AAA after Baldur's Gate 3, but they went that route, and honestly, people were fine with it. It resulted in a great game. They listened to feedback. It all worked like how that's supposed to be. That's not what I'm really talking about, though. But the flip side of that, it's even worse when a game comes out as a full release, and
I seen Baldur's Gate 3. It just didn't pique my interest. I was like, I'm okay on that game. Now, some game companies get a break for having ass shit and glitches in their game. Real shit. Like, bro, when you are in the I don't know, I gotta find a term for it. Like, niggas, you cannot do no wrong for niggas, period. Right? So I'm gonna give 2 examples. An example of like when you can't do no wrong, niggas don't really criticize you like that for real. One person I'll say right now, like Kendrick Lamar. He is so up right now, he can't do no wrong with niggas. You can't criticize him, right? There be gaming companies like that. Like right now, Elden Ring, they cannot do no wrong to niggas. You can. Like, that game be glitchy, niggas make excuses for why it's glitchy. The game, boy, shit be horribly designed. Yeah, but it's Elden Ring though. It's made to be hard. No, nigga, this is ass right now, yo. Like, you can't criticize it because the fans just go out. Kendrick, go to relax. I said he can't be criticized. I ain't say nothing, bro. I ain't say nothing.
it is essentially
Rockstar, better example. Nah, honestly though, but I think the Rockstar shit starting to wear off just a little bit. Rockstar always gonna be Rockstar, but they don't got like the little run that I'm in, because I know that Rockstar got a decent amount of criticism for how Red Dead performed. Red Dead was not performing well. It had problems. They got a good amount of slander for how Red Dead came out and performed, and they was fixing this shit. But Red Dead still gonna get a lot of excuses though. I'm not crazy, y'all. I ain't dumb.
An early access game. They know it's in a horrible state. They put it out for $70 with a $130 special edition with 3 days early access anyways, though. You're paying for the privilege of being a beta tester for everyone who's buying the game 3 months to a year later at a deep discount with all the bugs fixed. Or maybe not. I don't know. Like, at least the standard for PC ports is getting a little
Niggas let them get away with GTA line online at lunch. I honestly though, I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment. Again, niggas got on their ass for how bad they was performing though at the time. But you want to know what it was, Shiba? It's been so long we forgot how they got GTA Online didn't work. And niggas like, come on, bro, what the fuck is this shit? But it's been so long since we got a GTA. That shit is a dot in the history of GTA 5. Shit crazy.
A little better. There are a lot of problems, but compared to the Xbox 360 era, PC ports are generally a lot better. I mean, that wasn't the case maybe a year or so ago, but this year has been pretty all right. I don't want to pretend that I don't understand that games are incredibly difficult and complex to make. But the average consumer wants something that works. They don't really care about a lot of other things. And the way a lot of big AAA publishers put out broken games and barely support them, it's really eroding the average gamer's confidence in the whole industry. And that's really ultimately who matters. And with the new gamers that you want to become that gamer, all it takes is one bad experience for a highly anticipated game, and someone might be out for good. I'll go see a movie. At least they finish those. Note, finished doesn't mean good, but they do finish those. And number 7 is bringing back functional menus.
Let me play some of the donations.
JBlack 1996 _ cheered X100. I feel like 2K set themselves up for criticism because you're all gonna buy the game anyway. But 2K shouldn't put a game every year unless it's a drastic change. Just update it year to year and just call it 2K.
No, like, the problem is one of the big problems with gaming is because it is that it's big business now. Simple and plain. So some of the things that might sound like easy solutions to us in our eyes is bad business decisions. So they won't do that. So 2K will never come out and just turn that game into a live service or you only one-time purchase game, because why would I do that when I know I'm going to make another, let's say for example, say the numbers 500 million when a game comes out, right? Now you saying you feel like that? Well, you say I feel like 2K set themselves up with criticism. The problem is it's not just 2K. 2K is doing what other games is doing. 2K ain't reinventing the wheel. 2K is literally doing Call of Duty's doing. 2K is literally doing what Madden is doing. The problem is that games, it went from us having all these releases to video games is now just becoming just standard big AAA releases that we getting every year. That's the major problem. Instead of getting, you got 5 new first-person shooters that might be interesting. Every year we know, okay, them other ones, ain't nobody even trying to come out with nothing anymore. Here, we're going to buy COD every year. Because that's the only game of that type that's really coming out that's worth it. Developers ain't taking risks, just that. We only got one basketball product. If you like basketball, you got to play 2K. Only one football product. The level of choice that we have been shrunk down so bad in a lot of ways. All right, let's keep it going.
It's a more specific thing, but do we really need these Destiny-style menus?
Y'all saying Madden, listen to the fans. Yo, one thing I got to say about Madden, though, on some real shit, I think that the Madden criticism is fair. But a lot of niggas is still holding on to old shit with Madden and not wanting to acknowledge the changes and the improvements that they have made. I understand the hate and the hurt that niggas got for Madden. I get it, bro. Because I stopped playing it for years. But on some real shit, Madden has improved, man. But you got niggas to this day to act like it hasn't. They've not made no steps forward. It improved, bro. It improved. And I'm not going to sit here and act like it's just the same Madden or they're doing the same things that, like, I've been complaining about and, like, I'm not seeing improvements. Because if you're not, to the niggas that don't want to acknowledge the improvements, y'all niggas being counterproductive. Real shit. Because you want them to fix something, but why the fuck would I fix something when y'all niggas gonna still say I ain't fix it? Y'all niggas being kind of productive.
Armaged_cheered X100. I currently go to NCAT for computer science and I've talked to someone that codes for video games.
Talk to me.
The main question I asked was, why don't they invite certain people over to intentionally breaking the game to see the glitches and everything that consumers complain about? They never could give me an answer.
I don't know why they don't do that neither. I know some games do it, but you just
Vine,
can't blame everything.
just
but I don't know why they don't
subscribed.
do that more. Yo, Volley, appreciate you for the sub. Brand new 10-1 sub, gang. Thank you.
Using every game. I don't understand developers' fascination with this kind of menu. The only explanation I can think
Niggas saying Madden got better. I be seeing niggas having seizures with no feet getting tackled. Do me a favor. Find me on some real shit. You saying you see that shit? You saying like it's really like an often thing. Send me 10 clips of that right now and I'll shut up. Send me 10 clips of that right now and I will shut up. Yeah, I'm not saying you ain't see that. I'm not saying it's not a thing. But you won't get on that game all the time. 10 kind of high? Nigga, if you keep seeing it, if you don't see the shit 10 times, you ain't seen it that damn much, bro. 10 is a solid number. What? 10 is a, if it's that bad, send it to me, bro. I shut up. You said, nah, Trey, y'all gotta stop. Never mind, bro. To the niggas that's not getting what I'm saying, y'all not gonna see it. Nigga, millions of clips are posted every day of these games. You can't find 10? Let's go, though.
think of for why so many people use it is because it's essentially the same on PC and consoles. Like,
I'm not saying the game's not bad, though. But, like, y'all niggas don't want to acknowledge no growth in these games, but then be mad when the games don't grow. Bro, if they fix something, y'all niggas not going to say it's fixed. So why fix it? Let's keep it going, though.
making the experience more uniform, but it sucks. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I mean, all these games where there's a digital cursor on the menu,
niggas got me
so you have
acting
to
like I'm
manually
defending
drag
EA, like, I
around
don't
stuff
really-
and
whatever.
pretend to have a mouse even though you don't, instead of just cycling through options like a regular menu when using a controller. On PC, I guess less irritating because you have a mouse, but everywhere else, you don't. Like, does the act of actually moving the cursor really add anything? It makes stuff take
my
way
God.
longer. It's
I'm over here like looking and listening to what he's saying. Yo, take this shit out the game.
awkward and unnecessary.
ass.
In comparison to the copycats, the original Destiny menus actually did it a lot better too. So all the things you interact with, they're big. The cursor's fairly fast.
This shit be
And the later
ass.
copycats did it worse. Like, things got smaller and smaller. The cursor moved slower and slower. It just sucks. So many console games have just given up on menu design. It sucks. I mean, when they used to get creative, you'd see some really bad menus. I mean, Mass Effect Andromeda's menu is not good. But in general, games menus used to be easier to use, and that's really the important thing. The options should be
Glitches in
easy
games
to
make it
identify,
fun now
just with a
time.
glance,
Sometimes
and
I get
it should be
annoyed.
fast to use them. A lot of modern games do manage to clear that low bar, but a lot of them don't. Moving on to number 6, just bring back cheat codes already. In a world of
man.
achievements and paid time savers, cheat codes are nearly extinct. The only time you ever see them anymore are from games that are intentionally doing some kind of retro throwback, or they're so ingrained in the series if you took them out, fans would riot. Imagine if Bethesda blocked access to the console in Starfield.
Too many games are taking themselves serious, bro. Dog. They don't want you to have no cheat codes, no fun in the game. Yo, they patch glitches that don't need to be patched. Yo, like, bring back fun in game, bro. Put the cheat codes back, bitch.
That would have sucked. They do make it so you can't get achievements if you're using the console, but there are ways around that using mods. Still, it's yet another way that the use of cheats has degraded in modern games, and it's a tough issue to get around because trophies and achievements should be obtained legitimately. That's kind of the point of them, so you're supposed to actually challenge yourself. Still, Retro Achievements has a simple solution for this issue. They mark achievements differently depending on if somebody got them with cheats or if they did. It can be fiddly, though, so there's no silver bullet solution to this problem. I just think make it so you can't get them if you're cheating, and let us cheat.
Shut up,
The
Guapo.
problem is that
Real shit. I already know they bring cheat codes back. I'm cooked. I can't use them. These niggas be hate. You know what'd be so funny? niggas be acting like when it come to my stream, they don't do that shit. I be like, hey, chat, this game cheating, bro. Let me turn the difficulty down. Hell no. You know that game cheating so hard, nigga. You like, man, fuck that shit. I'm gonna turn this shit down. But I can't do. Y'all some hoes.
Developers and publishers have monetized cheats, and that just sucks. There's no excuse for it, just blatant greed, especially when they're basically selling you cheats in a competitive game, like literally making it so people who pay up get an instant advantage over all the poor chumps who didn't. Usually it's just a way to reach max level or whatever faster, but depending on the game, like NBA 2K, your player stats make a huge difference in a competitive game, and the people with maxed out stats are just going to have an easier time playing it. The monetization of cheats just makes games worse.
Man.
It used to be cheating was something you did for fun, and often something that kids relied on to be able to play games before they felt confident enough to play them for real.
I swear, nigga, I for sure used to run around on St. Andreas when I'm dying, nigga, R1, L1, L2, all that shit. I don't remember Chico right now. I used to know about heart, but like, nigga used to hit them up, down, left, rights, nigga. The aiming, boy, this is an old game. Let's be realistic. The aiming on them games is garbage. But, like, bro, the cheat codes used to be for, like, just if I just want to relax and play the game, I ain't trying to try hard on every game. And, yo, one thing that I want gone from games, not being able to pause the fucking game. My nigga, bitch-ass nigga, take that out of the game. The pause button was made for a fucking reason. You about to piss me the fuck off. The only time I should not be able to pause a game is if I'm playing a online game with other people because it's literally impossible. It ain't no fucking reason why I can't pause Elden Ring, nigga. Somebody at the motherfucking door, the boss almost dead. I gotta have these niggas wait at the door on some rude shit or go to the goddamn door and then just say goddamn and then ruin what the fuck I just did. That shit is fucking annoying.
Now many games, there's no options out there. You either watch your big brother play them or nothing. Cheat codes used to be the grand unifier. They made it so everyone could play and even beat a game. You didn't even have to be a savant or grind away hours of your precious life to do it in, a lot of games that give you a tough time. In some ways, accessibility options are becoming the new cheat codes, at least depending on how powerful they are. The one that really lets you fine-tune the difficulty or make it so you can see collectibles, stuff like that. They're great for people that need them, but you know what accessibility options don't have? Big head mode. So bring back cheats. They weren't fair, but they were fun.
Man, bro. Yo, I used to put on a GTA 3 mayhem mode when everybody was fighting and shit. Oh my God, bro. Then nigga, you put on a mode where you put on a cheat code where cars just blow up and shit.
It's funny because EA doesn't put as much effort into Madden or FC/FIFA that 2K does into their game, and every year they end up outperforming sales over 2K. Yet they complain about how both games are the same each year.
Good take, I get you.
JBlack 1996 cheered X100, man, what happened to the Jarl? Niggas bougie, all of sudden we loved GTA San Andreas and CJ didn't even have fingers.
Yeah, well, you gotta know, we have grown to understand that was the max of their, that's the max they could do back then, and we accepted that. But we know they could do more, Madden clips in the DM. What DM? Where chat? So you said you seen niggas getting tackled with no feet and having seizures. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 clips. Talk to me. Clip 1.
Mommy, why is that man's face all red?
Excuse me, pardon me. Oh, gotta check my watch. Cause it's your time! What you jumping for? Get this poor sappo.
Damn, bitch. Okay, so it's saying niggas just have a seizure.
I'm in the toilet taking a shit.
I don't need security.
Oh.
Lamar has seizure and dies.
Oh, hey! Hey! Motherfucker giving shots! Oh shit, that's realistic. Hey, nah, I ain't gonna lie. I get what you Hey, why this shit ain't on my game? Boy, I would have been crying to see this live, bro. Yeah, nah, this shit need to be fixed. Dead ass. This shit need to be fixed. Oh my god, bro! Dog, that animation is crazy. It's not game breaking. I seen this hoe. So, all right. So I do have a reply to this, gangster. I do have a reply to this. So, boom. While this is crazy, I want niggas to know, you are talking to a nigga that used to hate Madden, bro. I'm talking about for years. Some of the Maddens that y'all talk about and complain about, I didn't even play them bitches that much because I would get the game, realize it's fucking the same shit, and got off. So when I'm telling you that Madden is improved, I'm talking about things like, let's say for example, the offensive line, right? The offensive line in Madden, them bitch ass niggas didn't even used to hold blocks at all for real. The offensive line play, they didn't even do shit that looked remotely close to football plays. Now, if I put on Madden and I played that game, and let's say for example, when Madden was in a 360 era, when it was just fucking so absolutely garbage, you go online, you play Madden from the 360, from where niggas still got this bad taste in their mouth, and play the new versions of the game now. The O-line shit has improved. It's not the same shit. But when I made that comment, niggas is saying Madden's still the same as if they still not improved shit from back then, when it's simply not the case. It's a fact that they have improved that shit, bro. Like, you're moving the goalposts. No, that's not what I'm doing. That's not what, like, please. I would love to go back on my vibe, because I swear to God, I'm dead ass. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm dead ass. I'm keeping the same argument. What I'm saying is, when I said that they've improved, I said, if you go back, I said that niggas, I set the grill out so niggas can really get what I'm saying. I said that niggas act like it's the same game from back then, and they still harboring old feelings from the game and not acknowledging the improvements. Right? So, if I'm telling you, back then, O-line play was absolutely horrible. I look at it now. Is it the best? No. But it's fucking improved. But if you talk to niggas today, nah, that shit's still bad. It still ain't the same. It still ain't fixed. Oh, nigga. Grill's out. He's hashtag serious. All right. So that's what I mean. Did I mean that Madden is glitch free? No. Now, this nigga gave me 10 clips, 7 clips. I asked for 10. But he did do a good job proving his point. Yes, the game is still glitchy. I didn't say that it wasn't. But yes, the game is still glitchy, bro. I got glitches. I put glitch. You don't think I know this game was glitchy? Oh, I got an interception. I run it back. The motherfucking game almost gave me a seizure. But with that being said, it's funny glitches though. Yeah, at least from right now, what I'll say, I don't want to be that guy. These glitches are not game breaking, but it do need to be fixed. It do need to be fixed. And all I can say is at least I can play the fucking game now. It was some shit he is in line. Madden 25 is like a 5.7 out of 10 at most. No, they don't. That bug is understandable, but these are kind of whatever. Like, I don't think that Madden is just a flat out horrible game. And I think that some of those old Madden games was just fucking horrible. The receivers didn't even play the ball. Bro, man, y'all nigga play the Madden 360 games, man. Bro, the receivers didn't play the ball, bro. Now, at least when I put it on, my receiver might make an attempt. Like, all right, I guess I don't want to defend Madden because niggas don't understand what you're saying when you try to get them any credit.
And number 5, bringing back trilogies that actually come out in a single console generation. The reality of modern AAA game development is that it takes longer, And it's only getting worse. Like, it used to be game series were able to release pretty consistently. Now it feels like sequels are taking about 5 to 10 years. Sometimes worse.
Madden 06 on
There's
the
a reason
360 was fucking
gaming
time,
feels
telling
like
you.
it's for old people now. It's because you have to be old to remember some of the games. Like, it took 10 years to get a Dragon Age sequel. In that amount of time,
I completely agree with this, bro. It takes too long for these fucking sequels, bro. Man.
entire original Dragon Age saga came out. All 3 games prior to Veilguard. That's too long for a sequel. And it's not an outlier with these things. This kind of wait for games is getting much more common. For
GTA
3
the
full
biggest
console
example.
generations, we got entire series coming out in just a few years span. All of Naughty Dog's Crash Bandicoot games were out between 96 and 99. The 3 Insomniac Spyro games came out just as rapidly. We got the entire Gears of War trilogy for Xbox 360, the entire Mass Effect trilogy from 2007 to 12, 3 Uncharted games on the PlayStation 3, the entire Resistance trilogy, the list goes on. Now, we know that developers had to crunch like crazy to make these
Skyrim a
insane
perfect
production
example?
dates, but the problem with modern games is that
bad,
so many
bro.
devs feel like they have to completely reinvent the wheel with every new game. And here's the thing, I was complaining a little bit about not innovating,
say,
but
he
let's
kinda
talk
been
about
kinda-
Yakuza.
he
So the
kinda-
Yakuza / Like a Dragon
contradicting
games
himself.
come out pretty constantly. We get 3 of them in less than a year, and there's another one coming out in 2025. But these games change. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is nothing like the original Yakuza game. But here's the trick. They make games in a way that they're smart about it. They're not afraid to reuse assets like crazy because they tend to not move around in terms of location very much. They definitely improve upon the models and add new things, new mechanics, new story stuff. Like I said, these games change a lot, but if you know your way around Kamurocho, you know your way around Kamurocho.
But one of the problems with this, yo, gamers, y'all niggas got weird as fuck. It be niggas legitimately zooming into blades of grass complaining that it's not high def enough. You're fucking weird. You're fucking weird, bro. Like, so if they reuse assets, it's gonna be niggas complaining about them reusing assets. Speaking of this though, I did see a cool video and it's kind of gonna look bad on my end. Because it's niggas thinking that I am an EA apologist for some reason, which is crazy for me to know my history. I seen a random ass video of a nigga. He was doing, let me see, hold on, H Stadium. Hold on. Damn it, what is that fucking EA video? It's a nigga on YouTube. He was going around and looking at the details in the stadiums in Madden. And bro, why do they put details into certain parts that we'll never see is beyond me, but it was kind of cool to see. I don't know the video at. This nigga put a video out. They was showing, let me see, Madden Lions. Fuck, I'm not gonna be able to find it. Whatever, it's okay. But it was kind of cool to see like the details on shit like that. All right. But yeah, but the problem with this, like niggas complain about reusing assets is bad. I know that was in my recommendation. Yeah, they recommended me that shit today and I watched it. Somebody made a video like that for the GTA 6 trailer. Yeah, it's bad. That shit annoying, bro.
Fans don't complain, though. They embrace it. And the
What shit
reason
was
for
that?
that is these guys are consistently making
was mad about
great
puddles? Come on,
stories
bro.
and great games with the understanding they all come out in a consistent world and they iterate, and there has to be a reason a game exists. More developers need to embrace this
Better
design
graphics
philosophy.
made niggas
It
annoying.
used to be
Yeah,
that
bro.
expansion pack sequel was considered a dirty word, but to be frank, if you do it right, it doesn't have to be. Especially now with the way development time and budgets have come.
Like, and the reason why better graphics made this shit annoying in a lot of ways, first of all, it made developers stop being creative. But I want to talk about it in a specific way. The reason why better graphics made shit annoying is because you got these fucking lowlifes that make their console choice their whole personality. And they want to be they're trying to prove themselves right. They're trying to validate their choice of console by saying my console does this better on this game than your console does on the same game. So they look for anything just to prove, nah, nigga, my console's better. And they go and look at shit that you're only going to look at for a second in real game. They look at puddles. Look at the puddle over here. You can see your reflection On PlayStation, your reflection's blurry. You're a fucking weirdo, nigga. And then they try to be like, yo, they try to normalize it. There's nothing wrong with doing that. This like us rooting for sports teams. No, it's not, bitch. You weird. On a sports team, I'm not looking up, oh shit, my receiver tie his shoe better than yours. You're a fucking weirdo, nigga.
Completely ballooned out of control. They're able to make yearly games without needing 100 studios working on the same project at the same time, like a Ubisoft game or a Call of Duty. It's a good system for getting their games out there. Capcom isn't above this sort of things either. Their remakes clearly reuse a lot of assets from other games. Like, I think I've seen the same bolt cutting animation in every single one of them. I'm not saying every game should be like the Yakuza series, just that the industry's struggling to keep fans interested in series that take half a decade or more to come out. Oh, and another thing, they don't all have to be 100-hour games.
One day,
Yakuza's a shining example of that. And yes, sometimes it makes the games feel like less of an event when a new one comes out, but I'll take that over years of absolutely nothing. And if I'm completely honest, I still get excited for every Yakuza. And number 4, bring back split-screen multiplayer and co-op. Couch co-op used to be the de facto way to play games, but it's getting harder and harder to do, even with games that thrive on that sort of
I'm okay on this one, though.
play. The recent Dragon Ball Sparking Zero has a local versus mode, but you can only play it on one map, which is essentially a white void, and it sucks.
It's no use.
Now, I can't say as a kid that didn't have money, split screen Call of Duty on Black Ops 1 did save me. That shit was so amazing, bro. Man, bro, me and my nigga sat there and, bro, I'm on one screen with the motherfucking LMG, and he on another screen with the fucking FAMAS. That shit was amazing back then. But since I've grown, I'm a grown-ass man, I don't even remember the last time I sat and played the game, sitting next to him, or next to people like that for real. Unless a homeboy come around and he want to play 2K for a little minute. Trey has no friends. Nah, like bro, if people come over, I'm not trying to play video games with these niggas for real though, for real. Like, stop screen watch. Oh my God. Niggas complaining about screen watch was fucking hilarious, nigga, bro. You just unlocked the memory, bro. Well, yeah, nice, lonely ass nigga. No, bro. When niggas come over, we gonna watch the football game. Like, are we gonna go out or something like, niggas ain't pulling up to play video games no more, my nigga. Like, we on some other shit.
That's far from the only example of a game that used to be all about playing locally, but has more recently shifted to being online only, and that's frustrating. Now, you can't just have a friend come over and screw around for fun. Every game has to be this whole ordeal to get running, and the whole end game is for there to be some sort of competitive scene which can prolong the life of the game and or series.
But when
you
a
both
nigga
have to
screen
have
watch, that
copies
shit was
of it.
annoying.
You both have to set up accounts, navigate
And
multiplayer menus.
it be the
And
nigga
so many
screen
games
watching
do it
line
differently.
saying he
That
not.
when you try to
How'd
join
you
a
know I was
lobby
running
and
to the
someone's
left, bro?
connection times out or the headset isn't working, something goes wrong.
I ain't
Or
run
let's
to
say
the
it's a
left the
co-op
whole
game, and
game.
you have to go through this lengthy single-player tutorial before you can play together. It's like these games don't want people playing together. And while it is a design problem, it's not just a design problem. It's also a technical problem. Even if those technical hurdles are getting a little easier to deal with, like SSDs and more powerful consoles should make it so mirroring the game world on the screen twice should be possible, but a lot of devs don't want to or can't put in the work. They see couch co-op.
Yo, also, I think more games need co-op though. 1,000%, bro. More co-op story-based games that got like AAA budgets. Please do it. Yo, shout out to this nigga that made this. He made A Way Out, and he made what It Takes Two. Man, whatever game he comes out, I'm buying it. He's cooking. Like, I do want more co-op story game experiences though.
Possible, but a lot of devs don't want to or can't put in the work. They see couch co-op as not an.
And two though, like if you do split screen like this, I'll take it. Cause bro, if y'all never played A Way Out, hold on. I'm trying to find like some of the best scenes from A Way Out. Let me see, A Way Out. Let's go full game. All right, we got this nigga Hollow. Let's find this scene in The Way Out. Cause some of these scenes was amazing. When my screen, we both doing the same things but in different settings. Damn, where the fuck this shit at? I know it's one in the hospital. This one they was just chilling. Bear with me. I'm gonna try to find it. Like, yo, some of these
No way we got away. No way. Stop!
I don't think I'm able to find it. Some of these scenes in here was just amazing because they had 2 screens up and y'all both doing different shit, and it's both action-packed scenes. I'm like, nah, this is hard, bro. I won't be able to find it. But if you want to do like how Way Out did it, all right, I'm fine with it. I'm cool with it. I know they had like the dirt bike scene on this shit.
Totally unreliable internet.
There you go. Some shit like
Knowing what we've seen in the past, they probably escaped too.
Very bad.
Shit like this, I'm down. I'm with.
Should be this way.
Focus on the driving,
Like,
Vincent.
this was
They're
hard.
shooting at us.
Woohoo!
Shit, there's not a machine gun on the back of that Jeep. We should be okay.
But if y'all not doing it like that, just split screen to be split screen. I think I'm all right. You play Splinter Cell co-op? Nah, I never did.
Essential feature, something people online won't complain about per se, but it's a feedback loop because all those online people are playing the game online. They're not the log off
Can I react
types.
to a
All
Tubi
their
movie
friends
still
and
be
family
hilarious?
are probably online,
I don't know
so
about
they
on
don't care
stream,
about
maybe in
split screen.
Discord.
Or maybe not
We
that
gotta
many
do a
people
movie
actually
night.
play in the same room
Tubi
anymore.
movie
I
be
don't know.
crazy.
I don't have the
know
numbers.
that should be
Maybe it
ass.
really isn't a priority, but it still should be. Nintendo at least mostly gets this. Sure, a lot of their games run like crap when it's played by more than one player, but at least you could do it. And number 3, bring back games that are actually worth the asking price. This is a refrain I hear a lot.
Yo, I'm gonna listen to his point on this. One thing I want to say, yo, bring back franchises that we want though, and don't bring them back because you find out another game is doing what you failed to do for years later, and you're gonna come and stump on what they did. EA. For years we wanted a new Fight Night. For years. For fucking years. We begged for a new Fight Night. They didn't even want to start development for one until they seen that Undisputed had people willing to buy it. Now, Undisputed is not a perfect game. Undisputed honestly ain't even a good game in a lot of ways. Dead ass. But at least they fucking came and tried to serve the purpose. I see niggas, yo, the problem with consumers, y'all niggas is so damn, oh, I almost called y'all niggas something. Y'all niggas is so stupid. You don't know you're hurting yourselves. This niggas that keep comparing Undisputed to Fight Night, saying, man, Fight Night Champion is better. Guess what? Fight Night Champion came out years later, my nigga. Years ago. And they never gave us another motherfucking game. Another motherfucking game. They didn't give a fuck about it. Right? Undisputed comes out, and it's an opportunity for them to fix this game. It needs to be fixed. It do. But EA wasn't going to give us the game if this game never came out. So now, guess what? EA about to drop Fight Night, and there's a chance EA going to complete the cycle all over again, nigga. All over again. These niggas gave UFC our they gave us UFC and thought it was okay. We didn't want that shit. Nigga, they gave UFC the Fight Night punching mechanics. And instead of making a Fight Night game, they're going to make a stand-up only mode. Yo, fuck you, yo. Like, but now guess what? They see the Undisputed got something. They're like, you know what? All right. Damn, niggas might buy a new Fight Night. Now they developing Fight Night. Now they developing it. Am I going to buy Fight Night? Yes, I am, bro. But at the same time, you got to see the fuck shit, and you got to feel a way about that. That shit ass.
Games are too expensive. They're not worth the asking price. They should be cheaper like they used to be. It's a compliment.
Hey, man, it's been over a month. When you going to paint your walls? Yo, I'm going to paint them, bro. I still got the paint. What up with that paint in? I promise, before I leave the room, I'm painting.
Complicated problem because the reality isn't quite so clear-cut. Games used to be expensive and generally shorter than we get now, too. Take Chrono Trigger, for example. It took about 20 or so hours to finish back in 1995, and its suggested retail price, get this, was $79.99. And a lot of retailers charged more than that. Some of them were charging $89.99. I mean, that's...
It's only a matter of time for somebody to bring back college basketball, and guess what? When they bring it back, EA just gonna kill it. They just gonna kill it. Because if EA see that people willing to buy it, what they gonna do is they gonna buy that. Your EA gonna make one game, or not EA. Let's say 2K gonna kill it, bro. a bigger company just gonna make a better version of a game, and these niggas gonna be so loyal to their game, not try the new version and get rid of choice. What niggas don't know is, bro, stop being loyal to these brands in sports games. Competition is good. It's good, bro. What a notepad, nigga? It's in the back. Watch out, nigga. Competition is good, gang. It pushes them to continue to do better. Now when competition gone, guess what? EA has become ass. 2K has become ass because niggas only want to be loyal to something else and not try out the other competitor.
It's an extreme example because video game prices generally stabilized when they became disc-based, but still, most games in the late 90s and early 2000s cost a flat $50 on release, which would be great to have now, but back then wasn't that cheap. Factoring in inflation, those $50 games would cost like $90 now. Not a joke either. Look it up. And I'm not trying to say that games should be more expensive,
all these games
because
are expensive now.
they should not. But the problem of price isn't as simple as saying games used to be cheaper. The problem isn't just that they're charging $70 for games now. It's that they're adding all these other expenses on top of that. Nearly every major game that comes out never just costs the retail price. They've also got a digital deluxe edition, a super special ultimate VIP edition, microtransactions, season passes, DLC bundles, currencies to buy, horse armor, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. I like using that joke. Anyway, it's out of control. So take
and the thing is, they really can't even justify why these games are costing this much, bro. Because if I buy a physical version of a game, why does it cost the same price as a digital version? Why? If the games moved up to $70 because the Blu-rays are more expensive. It's more expensive to print on Blu-rays and put them out. Why the fuck is the digital version going up? Fuck you. Like, it is crazy.
Take all that nickel and diming and contrast it with the many ways the games industry has gone out of its way to devalue games with like constant deep discounts, Game Pass where you get a whole lot of games for a monthly fee, and free to play where they're basically trained casual gamers to not want to pay to play games, or if they do, they only do it at the steepest possible discounts. And there's no reason why they shouldn't, because that's a smart thing to do. It's only the super hardcores, the people who play one game a year, that are spending tons of cash on these bloated special editions, but the end result is that the gap between these two audiences just keeps getting wider and wider. And also, not every game is worth $70 anymore.
No,
I mean, take that Suicide Squad game. It's short, it's packed with microtransactions, the open world is small. There just isn't much stuff to actually do in it. It's a live service game selling you on its possibilities rather than what it actually has. Then the game flopped and all those dreams about new content disappeared, so all you're left with is a game where you spent too much money and there's barely anything to do in it. Basically what I'm saying is stop loading up games with unnecessary extra expenses so like you can sell it for $70 and, you know, nobody feels shortchanged.
Yo, was this game really that ass? It looked dead.
Like the fact that $70 is a base price for a game that's not complete, that's crazy. If you're going to make us pay that much, give us a completed product that has everything.
I seen they had a dope Easter egg up in this game where Batman would be on like a building or something. That's kind of cool, but...
And number 2 is bring back silence. Modern AAA games talk way too much. They're like those terrible kids movies where nobody ever shuts up because they think if there's a moment of silence, kids are just going to get bored and tune out, which, I mean, in some cases is true, but maybe that's your movie's fault rather than the kids.
It ain't no damn Easter egg, bro. It's a movie with the villains and Batman not even included in the game. He's just cooling in the back. It's Easter egg, ain't it? Ain't that what it's included, nigga? Ain't that what it's called?
Here's the thing. I'm not talking about kids games either. Like T for teen rated or even mature rated games are played by people who hopefully have more mature or even adult attention spans. We can handle a moment of silence from time to time. We're not literal babies with no object permanence who need to be verbally reminded that someone exists.
These grape zombies, they're everywhere. I'm sure they were nice people before, but come on. Oh, yeah.
You know, otherwise we assume that they're gone forever. We can handle it. I promise. It's not just the nonstop banter either. It's the constant hand-holding. You know, like in any given PlayStation game where you find a puzzle or something, and the characters immediately start dropping hints at what you should be doing.
If I go in this way, they'll destroy all the evidence.
Yo, real shit. There are some games I hate when they give me tips and shit. Like, just let me find it out, please, yo. Like, now when I'm streaming, honestly, I'm not on that timing. because I hate being stuck on stream. It just I hate it. It's annoying. But bro, real shit, I hate when some games, if I'm playing casually, I hate when some games give me pointers too much, bro. Fucking relax, bro. Please stop, bro. Please stop, bro. I need these. Nah, I be hating that shit. Like I'm gonna give you a really small example. It's the first thing that came to my mind. I don't know if y'all niggas that play Bejeweled. I know niggas played these before, like, or at least you seen it. I used to hate low key. I used to hate when the game, if I'm trying to find something, and the game start to give me tips, be like, "Hey, my nigga, you know if you move this one over here, it'll go." Stop, bitch. Let me find out, yo. Like, I know this is different, but I'm just saying, like, this is just an example of like, yo, I don't need help all the time, bitch. I hate that shit. I fucking hate that shit. Fake ass Candy Crush, nigga, you crazy, nigga. Bejeweled was first, nigga. Boy, you don't get your motherfucking ass on, nigga.
I should look for a sneaky way in. There we go. Huh. It's like my own private ventrance.
Like, give me at least a second, game. Let me figure this stuff out on my own. I don't know if their games are just getting focus tested to death or what, but all these clues and reminders and pointing out things in the environment, it's not necessary. And it's infuriating once you really start to notice how nonstop it all is. If a game like High on Life, which is a comedy game where the entire shtick is stream of conscious babbling, can have an option to turn down the frequency of the talking, then your big budget AAA experience can do it too. And finally, at number 1, bring back friction. If you're one of those people who've been playing games for a real long time, this is something you're going to start to notice with every AAA game. All the rough edges have been sanded off. All the odd or fiddly bits are removed. And the game is just made as seamless as possible. All the friction in these games are gone. I don't just mean they're easy. You can have a game that's challenging but lacks friction. Games that have no friction do things like give you big objective markers and waypoints and tell you exactly where to go at every moment. There's never any penalty for failure. There's no frustrating or intentionally stressful bits like time limits or oddball gameplay mechanics. It's a double-edged sword because in a lot of the ways the games are better. A lot of things that add friction to a game aren't necessarily good, especially on their own, but a lot of the time, if you take these things out, you're left with a more bland, less engaging experience. Now, I'm not talking about like that terrible minigame in the original Dead Space that they thankfully fixed in the remake to not be horrible. You know, the asteroid shooting one? Yeah, that one. I mean, that's an example of friction that it's good that they fixed, but a lot of the time it's not like that. A lot of the time it's something like a puzzle that's not super obvious or a boss that has a trick to it that is actually pretty hard to figure out. These things are also friction, but they're friction done well, and they're really satisfying to get over the hump. The modern AAA gaming landscape is just a little too safe, a little too afraid of frustrating or challenging players in any but the most understood ways. Basically, if it's a Souls thing, then that gets a pass, but everything else doesn't. Like, so you can have hard boss fights, but God forbid, a forced stealth section. I don't know, maybe that's not the best example, but maybe something like Dead Rising's time.
Bro, I think that niggas was bitching too crazy on this Mary Jane shit, bro. Like, yo, man, y'all some of the reason why gaming is ass, bro.
Stealth section. I don't know, maybe that's not the best example, but maybe something like Dead Rising's time limit makes more sense. The first Dead Rising had a lot of friction. There was a time limit and hostages to save who were stupid and helpless. And if you